last week we were doing text 25. So in this verse, it is explained here. Bhishma Drona Pramuktah Sarvesham cha Mahikshitam Uvacha Partha Paschaitam Samavetan Kurun iti. In the presence of Bhishma Drona and all other chieftains of the world, the Lord said, just behold Partha, all the Kurus assembled here. So, the word Bhishma Drona Pramuktah is very important here. So we were discussing this, that Krishna, one of the name of Krishna is Rishikesha. So if you read the previous verse, text 24, Eva Mukto Rishikesho Gudakeshena Bharata. So Krishna is referred to as Rishikesha because Krishna understands what is there in our mind and heart. We may make a certain appearance to the world, but ultimately Krishna as the Paramatma in our heart is constantly watching not only our actions but also our intentions. So even though Arjuna in the previous verse, text 24, tells Krishna, "Oh my dear Krishna, please take the chariot between both the armies." But Krishna understands the intention behind Arjuna's question. So Krishna takes Arjuna's chariot right in front of Bhishma and Drona. Because after all, for Arjuna, fighting with the Kaurav side was not that difficult. The most difficult part was fighting with Bhishma and Drona. Because these were two people whom Arjuna was most attached to. And the tragedy in Arjuna's life is that these two people were coming in between his path of dharma. They were coming in between his service to Krishna. So as we have been discussing that many times in the path of Krishna consciousness, Krishna takes us right in front of our attachments. And the question that we all have to make and the choice that we all have to make is, at some point in life or the other, is whether we are ready to sacrifice our beloved attachments for the service of Krishna. What is more dear to us, Krishna's pleasure or holding on to our attachments? So that's why Krishna takes Arjuna right in front of Bhishma and Drona. And as soon as Krishna takes there, Arjuna's emotions get churned. Till now, Arjuna is ready to fight. We have seen that very confidently Arjuna has blown the conch shell, everything has happened. But as soon as he comes in front of Bhishma and Drona, Arjuna's mindsets completely change because he's come face to face with his attachment. So it is interesting that how we get attached to so many things in this world and invest so much emotions in it. Imagine a boy and a girl come together or come to know each other, and somehow due to some reason the relation breaks apart. There is so much emotional turmoil that goes through. Can you imagine some knowing each other for a mere 2-3 years? We invest so much emotions in that, and when the boy and girl have to separate or one leaves the other and goes, the other person goes to such an extent that he is ready to commit suicide. Just few years of knowing each other, there is so much emotional bonding that happens. But we have been knowing Krishna, who is our seed giving father. So Krishna is the one who is actually given birth to us, who is the most intimate to our heart. But somehow we don't have that kind of attachment and emotion for the Lord as much we have for the things and people of this world. That is why Kunti Maharani, the mother of Arjuna and the Pandavas, she prays to Krishna that, my dear Krishna, please break the attachments or please divert the love and affection that I have for my relatives, my sons and my family members towards your lotus feet. Yes, definitely we need to respect our family members, love them, respect them, cooperate with them. But then we should remember that ultimately our eternal father and mother is Krishna. So we have to be very loyal to Krishna's instruction. So for Arjuna here, Arjuna is going through a test. The test is someone who is most dear to him, Bhishma and Drona, are the obstacles to the person who is to Krishna, who is actually more dear to Arjuna. So this is where Arjuna is in dilemma. Till now, everything is going on great, but at this point, Arjuna is coming right in front of Bhishma and Drona. So we were discussing this that Bhishma represents family attachments, especially in India. There is so much attachments to a family, which is good. The family culture is great, definitely. But the issue is when these family attachments become obstacles on the path of bhakti. So, we have so many young children or youth that come to the process of Krishna consciousness, but somehow the parents, instead of supporting the children, they actually become obstacles. So the nature of Kali Yuga is that instead of parents being happy that my child is actually becoming a devotee of Krishna, parents encourage the child to give up the process of Krishna consciousness and to take to sense gratification. They feel that that's the more safe life. So somehow the Indian mindset is that some amount of religion is okay, but don't get into it too much. If you get into it too much, it will be a problem. So they are okay with ISKCON, little ISKCON is okay, but too much ISKCON, getting into it fully, they kind of lose their balance. That's why if you read the scriptures, you will find great mothers, great fathers. You have the example of Dhuru Maharaj, the mother of Dhuru Maharaj, Suniti. She encouraged Dhruva, who was a 5-year-old child, to go to the forest and do penance to Lord Vishnu and achieve darshan of Lord Vishnu. She was not thinking, Arey, who's going to protect my child? She was encouraging the child, my dear child, your life is for the service of the Lord. Please go ahead. When Lord Ram is going to the forest along with Sita, Lakshman also goes along with him. So that time, Lakshman comes to Sumitra, his mother, and asks the blessings of Sumitra. So Sumitra Devi is so happy. She tells Lakshman, I bless you. Go on in the forest, and even if you suffer, even if you have to struggle, please take care of Lord Ram nicely. Serve Lord Ram nicely. So she is not interested that my son should remain and serve me. She is interested that my son should serve the Lord. So Bhishma represents family attachments. Yes, we do have respect for our family, we love our family, but then we need to understand that at any point, if the family tells us stop chanting Hare Krishna, we don't give up the process. Very respectfully, we disrespect them or we disobey them. Just like we have the example of Prahlad Maharaj. So Prahlad Maharaj is a great devotee of the Lord. So his father was a demon, Hiranyakashipu. And his father told Prahlad, give up chanting Hare Krishna. Stop bhakti. Prahlad was very respectful to his father. His father told him to drink poison, he drank poison. His father told him to be put under elephants, he agreed to that. Thrown from the cliff, he agreed to that. But he didn't agree to his father on this one point. He didn't give up the chanting of the holy names. So apparently it may appear that what a disrespectful son. How does he disobey his father? But then this same son became the cause of liberation of his father. When Hiranyakashipu died, when Narsingadev killed Hiranyakashipu, and the Lord asked Prahlad Maharaj, what benediction you want? Prahlad is so big-hearted, broad-hearted, he's praying to Narsingadev that please liberate my father. That father who was ready to kill Prahlad, Prahlad is actually praying for the deliverance. So when someone becomes a devotee, not only he himself, but the entire family gets liberated. So many times when we come in the process of Krishna consciousness, our immediate family may not understand. Our family members may think, or our friends may think, what has happened to this guy? Why is he acting so abnormal? Why is he not participating in all the things that we like. But we need to understand that they will take time to understand what we are doing. And what we are doing is not only going to benefit us, but it is also going to benefit them. So Bhishma represents family attachments. And uh, so family attachments basically also means rituals. Hmm. Like we have this beautiful Govardhan Puja Leela, where Krishna's father, Nanda Maharaj, and all the other Gopas, they were doing a ritual which they have been doing for years and generations together. Worship of Indra, because Indra provides rains, and because this is an agricultural community, so they need to survive on rains. Rains is something that's very important for them. So they would do regular yajna to Indra. But when Krishna came and told them, stop this yajna, let us worship Govardhan. The beauty of the Vrajavasis is, even though they were doing this ritual for so long, but their faith was in Krishna. And when Krishna told them, stop this worship, they stopped it. So many times we are so used to, accustomed to our family rituals, all the things that we do, we really don't understand what's the essence behind it. And when we come to know the essence, and when we are trying to follow something very high, the family may not immediately connect to it. So we need to be respectful to them, but then we need to follow what is high. What is the highest dharma, devotion to the Lord? We need to follow that. So Bhishma represents family attachments that we need to work on. The second, Drona represents attachments to teachers. So this is also something that's very important, especially because we have all been educated in a certain way. And many times this education comes in the way of Krishna consciousness. Like I'll give an example. We all have learned in science, in 10th standard, probably 11th standard, 12th standard, about Darwin's theory, about Big Bang, how the creation takes place. So this is one thing that we have been taught all our life in our school, college. We have been taught that life has come from this Big Bang, Darwin's evolution theory. But when we come to spiritual life, when we come to Krishna consciousness, and when we read Gita, we understand that life has not come through Darwin's evolution theory, neither a Big Bang. Life is created by Krishna. The Supreme Lord has created life. Mamai Vamsho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatana. So Krishna says all the living entities have come from me. It's just not come from a Big Bang. So we find that many times, not always, but many times, what we have learned in our so-called educational system contradicts what we are learning in Krishna consciousness. So this is the time we need to make a choice. Whom do you want to follow? Are you still attached to your mundane education? Is your faith there? Or is our faith in the scriptures and in the wisdom of Gita and in the wisdom that Krishna is sharing here? So Drona represents our attachments to our teachers. Just like, in Bhagavatam, a very classic example that will make this concept very clear is the story of Bali Maharaj. We all know that we have all heard the story of Bali Maharaj and Vaman Dev. So Lord Vamana, Vishnu himself, comes in the form of a dwarf as a little Brahmana and asks Bali Maharaj 3 steps of land. So that time, the guru of Bali, the teacher of Bali Maharaj, Shukracharya is there. And Shukracharya warns Bali Maharaj, saying that don't give this boy 3 steps of land. This fellow is not a Brahmana. He is Vishnu himself, and he is going to cheat you. He will take everything away from you. Shukracharya warned Bali. But what did Bali Maharaj do? Bali Maharaj didn't follow his guru. He didn't follow his teacher. Why? Because a right guru, a proper teacher, is one who helps you surrender to God. If a guru tells you, don't surrender to God, give up God, just enjoy life, such a person is not a teacher. and we are ready to move away from such teachers. So yes, we need to live our life. We may need to get education from different people, but then we have faith that we will follow only those teachers, those gurus that inspire us to surrender to Krishna. Uh, that is our principle. Our friends, our relatives, our teachers are those who actually inspire us to become more and better devotees of Krishna. Hmm. So when our material teachers come on the way of Krishna consciousness, come on the way of spiritual life, we are ready to move away from those relations and establish proper relations. So these principles are very important, and we'll find these challenges, especially for those who come new in the process of Krishna consciousness. These are certain challenges that will be there. When you come in Krishna consciousness, you will find that many of your friends leave you and go because they don't connect. They are not ready to accept you as a devotee. So we should be ready. We should be okay that they will leave us and go, because Krishna will arrange better friends in our life. They will move and go. I remember in my own life when I became a devotee, way back, my 11th standard, there were so many of my friends who got cut off from me. But slowly, in due course, I got much better friends in the process of Krishna consciousness. Hmm. So we should be ready to let go of certain attachments towards our friends, relatives, teachers, if they are not able to understand and if they are not able to accept us as devotees. And then we also realize that in due course of time, their appreciation for us will become much better. So as I told you, there are many of my friends who got disconnected from me, but so many years that I've been in Krishna consciousness, now slowly all of them are slowly connecting back to me, and they are actually appreciating what I'm doing. And the same with relatives. There are so many of our boys and girls who become devotees. Parents initially don't connect, but in due course of time, they understand that this son or this daughter of mine is actually the best son and daughter because they're sincerely trying to take care of me. So for Arjuna, he had to come in face to face with Bhishma and Drona, and these were his two most difficult attachments to overcome. Hmm. So this is something that's very important, and it's going to happen in all our lives. We will have, in some time or the other, we will have to come face to face with our attachments, and that's what is going to be the most difficult challenge. Whether we are ready to go over these attachments and develop our real attachment to Krishna. Yeah. So Drona also represents a belief system. Mhm. So till now we have so many belief systems that we carry. Uh, Belief system that I am great, I am the enjoyer. Belief system that I want to make it big in this world. Uh, we have so many belief systems that we have. Belief system that what we have learned in science, in a material science is the highest thing. We have so many wrong belief systems, and Krishna in the Gita is giving us a new belief system. Hmm. And both these things are opposite. Just like in yesterday's Gita class, we were discussing this. It comes in the second chapter. Ya Nisha Sarva Bhutanam. So Krishna says that what is night for a materialistic person is day for a devotee. And what is day for a devotee is night for a materialistic person. That means both their belief systems are completely opposite. So we need to make a choice whether we want to invest our belief in Krishna, or we want to invest our belief in the people and in the teachings of this world. Yeah. Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada explains in the purport here, Lord is addressed here as Rishikesha because the Lord knows the heart and mind of Arjuna, because he's the super soul of all living entities. Hmm. So we may be able to cheat anyone, but we can't cheat God. Today is the appearance day of Kanakadas. Kanakadas is one of the great soul of one of the great souls from the land of Karnataka. So he comes in the Madhva Sampradaya. So this Udupi Mata, the Udupi Krishna, this deity of Krishna actually turned just to give darshan to Kanakadas. So today is his birthday, the appearance day. So there is a very interesting story in the life of Kanakadas. So one time, Kanakadas, his spiritual master Vyas Tirtha, called all his disciples along with Kanakadas and gave them a banana and told them, go to a place where there is no one who is seeing you and eat the banana. So all the disciples went to different places. Someone went deep into the forest, and when no one was around, he ate the banana. Someone went underwater and ate the banana. Someone went into a cave and ate the banana. Someone went inside the Garbhagriha of the temple and behind the deity of God ate the banana. But Kanakadas got the banana as it is back. So Vyastirtha asked Kanakadas, why you didn't eat it? So Kanakadas said, because wherever I went, I saw that Krishna, the super soul, is constantly watching me. So Krishna is called Rishikesha because he knows everything. What is there in our mind and heart, Krishna knows. In fact, Krishna knows us better than we know ourselves. And Arjuna here is called Partha because, so just like Krishna has many names, Arjuna also has many names. So what does Partha mean? One of the name of Kunti, the mother of Arjuna, is Pritha. And because Arjuna is the son of Pritha, he is called Partha. Just like Krishna's father is Vasudev. And because Krishna is the son of Vasudev, Krishna is called Vasudev. So why is Krishna calling Arjuna Partha here? Because Krishna wants to point out that he became the charioteer of Arjuna because Arjuna is the son of his aunt Kunti. So Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna that you are born in such a great family. Just see your mother, Parth, Pritha. She is such a great lady and you have come in such a great family. And now you have become weak and you're not able to fight because of your attachments. So Krishna is trying to sarcastically ask Arjuna, taking him in front of Bhishma and Drona, saying that, are you ready to fight or you want to run away from this battlefield just because you have to now fight with your own relatives? So Krishna doesn't expect such cowardly action from the son of his aunt. So Prabhupada explains that when we are born in a great family, so we have responsibility to maintain the name and the dignity of the family. So Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna that you are Partha, you are the son of Pritha, you are coming in such a powerful lineage. Now this cowardly action will not suit you. So Krishna, in a joking mood, in a friendly mood, is trying to tell Arjuna, make sure that you want to fight. If you run away from this battlefield at this point, you will bring disfamy not only to yourself but to your entire family. So we'll read text 26. Tatra pashchat kritan partha pitrinnata pitamahan acharyan matulan bratran putran pautran sakin stata shashuran suradaschaiva senayorubayorapi. There Arjuna could see within the midst of the armies of both parties his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, friends, and also his fathers in law and well wishers. So here the list comes. Not only Arjuna had to, for Arjuna, it's a complex fight, it's a difficult fight. Just like, you have a first standard student, he is given a paper that is difficult for him. But when someone goes to second standard, third standard, 10th standard, the level of test, the difficulty level also increases, isn't it? Similarly, for us, we may have small tests in bhakti. But for Arjuna, his test was so big. He not only had to fight with Bhishma and Drona, just look at all the relatives that he is seeing on both sides. This is such a complex war for him. Practically, his fathers, grandfathers, teachers, maternal uncles, brothers, sons, grandsons, fathers-in-law, well-wishers, Everyone was there. So this side or that side, someone or the other is going to die. Just imagine. So we all sit here and we are enjoying the freedom of this country. Uh, there's some amount of religion and dharma in this country. It has come because of the sacrifice of so many people. This, why is Arjuna fighting this war? Why is the why is Arjuna fighting with all his relatives? Even if they are on his side, all their lives are at stake. So why have all these wars happened? The war of Mahabharat, and recent we have our independence struggle. Why has all this happened? So many people have sacrificed their lives so that we all can live a life of dharma nicely. So we should always remember that the easy life that we have is because of the struggle of so many people. Children many times are not able to connect to the struggle that the parents go through. How much struggle a child may want something, this or that, but he or she doesn't understand that how much the parents have to struggle to give what the child needs. So when we connect to the sacrifices others have made for us, we tend to live a more responsible life, and we are also ready to live a life of sacrifice for others. So just see, Arjuna is facing such a war that he is face to face with all his relatives. So we can, and in this shloka you can learn a lot of Sanskrit. So there are so many Sanskrit words here. So Pitrin refers to fathers. Pitamaha refers to grandfathers. Acharyan refers to teachers. Matulan refers to maternal uncles. Bratran, brothers. Putran, sons. Potran, grandsons. Sakins, so Sakim refers to friends. Shwashuran, father-in-laws. Suruda, well-wishers. Like this. So there's a lot of Sanskrit also we keep learning. So in this shloka, Arjuna is seeing all the relatives assembled on both sides. So this is definitely a difficult war for Arjuna. So all these great souls like Arjuna are not great just like that. They have gone through their own struggles. To become a devotee of Krishna is not that easy. I mean, getting a degree in this world, an engineering degree or a medical degree, is struggle. Trying to achieve Krishna and pleasing Krishna is going to have its own set of struggles, isn't it? But the result is great. So we find in the pages of the scriptures, there is no romantic presentation of the life of devotees. All devotees have gone through their set of struggles. For Arjuna, he had to please Krishna, to establish dharma, he had to fight with his own relatives. If you find in the scriptures, you'll find the life of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj had to suffer so much tests. So all these tests actually make a devotee more glorious. So someone may wonder, why is Krishna testing his devotees so much? Because Krishna wants to glorify his devotees more. It is explained that gold, when the gold is put in fire, the gold shines further. The more of his impurities are removed. Similarly, when devotees go through struggle, Krishna is making the devotees shine further, and these devotees become more glorious in the eyes of the world. So Arjuna is going through his struggle right now, where he has to face all the relatives on both the sides. So who are the relatives? It is explained here. Arjuna could see a variety of friends and relatives from different age groups. So Pitamahan refers to grandfathers. Like Prabhupada says, Bhishma and Somadatta. Pitrin refers to fatherly figures. Just one sec. Yeah, Pitrin refers to fatherly figures. So father's contemporaries, Arjuna's father is Pandu. So his contemporaries are called fatherly figures, like Bhurishrava, etc. Acharyan refers to teachers, like Drona, Kripa, etc. Matulan refers to maternal uncles. So Shailya was a maternal uncle. So we know that Pandu had two wives, Kunti and Madri. So the brother of Madri is Shailya. And so Gandhari, who Dhritarashtra's wife, is also like Arjuna's mother. Hmm? So his brother Shakuni is also maternal uncle. Then Shwashuran is fathers-in-law. Drupad is the father of Draupadi. So Shwashuran. Then you have same generation, same age group. Bhratran, brothers, Duryodhan and 99 others. Sakims, friends like Ashwatthama. Suruda, well-wishers like Kritavarma. And Putran, sons, the five sons of Draupadi, plus Abhimanyu, who is the son of Subhadra. Then Lakshmana, who is the son of Duryodhan. So many sons assembled here. Forget sons, they were even grandsons there. So Arjuna's fathers, Arjuna's grandfathers, Arjuna's brothers, Arjuna's friends, Arjuna's sons, Arjuna's grandsons. Practically all generations have come. I mean, just see the Kshatriya spirit here. I mean, there's so much that you can learn from Mahabharata and the scriptures. Just see the Kshatriya spirit. An old man like Bhishma, he also comes on the war. There was only one person who didn't enter the war. That was Dhritarashtra, because he was blind. Rest, everyone was out of the palace. Only Dhritarashtra was in the palace of Hastinapur. Rest, everyone was on the ground, ready to sacrifice their life, ready to die. Because for a Kshatriya, the duty is to fight. He doesn't run away from a fight and a war. So Bhishma, old man, he doesn't say, I have health problem. Arey, mujhe COVID ho jayega. You know, who will take care? He's there out. Whatever happens, happens. My duty I have to do. And then you have grandsons, children like Abhimanyu, you know, the son of Arjuna, Abhimanyu. These were like 16-year-old children. And even grandsons. So Duryodhan, like Duryodhan's son Lakshmana, he had his sons also. Even they were there on the war. So the entire family is down in this war, and this is what Arjuna has to fight. So this is Arjuna's problems that he has to deal with. So what's discussed in the purport is all kinds of relatives, friends, well-wishers are here. Grandfathers like Bhishma, Somadatta, teachers like Dronacharya, Kripa, and all these people. So Arjuna is seeing himself surrounded by all relatives. You can see the figure here. Arjuna is there. Father, mother, teacher, friends, maternal uncle, brothers, sisters, friends, well-wishers, grandfathers. He's surrounded and he's now getting into confusion. He really doesn't know what's going on. It's getting really complex for Arjuna. It is beyond Arjuna to handle now. And when a problem gets beyond you to handle, it is time to seek help from God. And it is in this mood that Arjuna hears Gita. So I was once hearing a very beautiful saying. It said, what is the distance between your problem and solution? The distance between your problem and solution is the distance between your knee and the ground. When you are really in a difficult problem, the only solution is fall on your knees and offer prayer to Krishna and seek help from Krishna. Because when something is beyond you, the only thing that you can do is fall on your knees and pray to God, Krishna, please help me. And that is what Arjuna is getting to. Arjuna is trying to understand this entire situation on his own, and it's going to get beyond him. That's where he's going to surrender to Krishna. So till here we saw the first section is the duplicity of Dhritarashtra and the diplomacy of Duryodhan. We saw from verse 1 to 13. We saw text 14 is introduction of Lord Krishna for the first time in the Gita. Then we saw what we discussed till now. We saw signs of Arjuna's victory. It goes from 14 to 20. Yeah, actually 26. And then finally the last section is that we are going to start now is from 27 onwards. So from 27 to 46 is the last section of the first chapter, but one of the most important section. So in this section, Arjuna is going to discuss 4 reasons he gives Krishna why he doesn't want to fight the war. 4 specific reasons he gives. But the result is that Arjuna gets into confusion. And that is when in the second chapter, Arjuna surrenders to Krishna and Krishna starts to speak the Gita. So the first chapter from this point on is Arjuna Uvacha. We will see from text 28, Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna is speaking his Gita, his understanding of life. But after speaking his understanding of life, Arjuna comes to the conclusion that I am confused. That is where he takes shelter of Krishna and tells Krishna, I will stop my Uvacha, I will stop my Gita, you please start your Gita. So Bhagavad Gita starts when we stop our version of life, when we come to a point and accept that I really don't know what life is. I want to seek help from God. So the first step in learning is to know that I don't know. I really don't know, and I want to know from the right source. And that is in the mood where Arjuna, towards the end of the chapter, we will see he surrenders to Krishna, and Krishna actually starts to speak the Gita. So we will do one more verse, 1 or 2 verses, and then we will stop. So from text 27 on, please note that Arjuna is going to give various reasons why he doesn't want to fight. And the first reason that Arjuna gives why he doesn't want to fight this war is compassion. Text 27. Tan samikshyasya kaunteya sarva bandhunavastitan kripaya paraya vishto visidan idam abravit. When the son of Kunti, Arjuna, saw all these different grades of friends and relatives, he became overwhelmed with compassion and spoke thus. So this is a sign of a great soul. What is the sign? That his heart is filled with daya and compassion, kripa. So Arjuna, when he's seeing all his relatives assembled here, all his friends and relatives, his heart becomes filled with compassion. So living compassionately is so important. Many times we really don't connect to the struggles that others go through. We feel that our life is everything. As long as I enjoy, what difference it makes, whether others suffer or not, who cares? It is their life. No, a devotee is compassionate for others. A devotee feels for the suffering of others. And Srila Prabhupada explains, we will see in the purport of the next verse, that how compassion is the hallmark of a devotee. So for us to get the mercy of God, we first need to show mercy on others. We need to be compassionate upon others. So this is the first reason Arjuna, seeing the relatives, becomes overwhelmed with compassion, daya. This is the first feeling that comes in the heart of Arjuna. And daya for whom? I mean, just imagine the greatness of this personality, Arjuna. Being compassionate on an innocent person is okay. Arjuna is compassionate. He's feeling even for villains, for the most degraded people, Arjuna has compassion. Even though Krishna somehow helps Arjuna come out of with the so-called compassion, but the point here is how a devotee is soft-hearted. A devotee's heart is very soft. He literally doesn't want to harm anyone, even his enemies. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, the spiritual master of Srila Prabhupada, he would say, think for the highest welfare, pray for the highest welfare for your worst enemy. See, even if you have a worst enemy, we should always wish the highest for them. This is the mood of Arjuna here. So the first reason that Arjuna gives why he doesn't want to fight this war is compassion. And The problem why we are not able to live a compassionate life is because we are always thinking about me. We are always focused about us. What is it? What is in it for me? It's all about us. Because we are so selfish, how can you be compassionate? Only people who are selfless can be compassionate. In the Ramayana, you have the story of Kaikai when Lord Ram was being sent to the forest. Uh, Dasharath Maharaj, the husband of Kaikai, told Kaikai that if Lord Ram goes away, I will die. Kaikai was so selfish for her own enjoyment. She told Dasharath, you die, I have no problem. Right in front of her eyes, Dasharath is suffering. He's about to die, but Kaikai heart is still hard like a stone. All the Ayodhya Vasis, they are crying and telling Kaikai that if Lord Ram goes away, we will all die. Kaikai is saying, no problem, all of you all die. I don't care. What is important is me, is my enjoyment. This is what selfishness does to us. Because of selfishness, we don't have this quality of compassion. Uh, in today's world, where so many animals, so many birds are being killed, being slaughtered. Why? Just because of our own selfish needs. Just because those few moments we want to enjoy in our tongue, we are ready to sacrifice so many living entities. We really don't think that they are also life like us. They also breathe, they also have family, they also want to live. We don't think about it. It's all about me. And because we are selfish, we are not able to connect to the suffering of others. One time in France, there was the Queen of France. This lady was so much absorbed, self absorbed, she never connected to the suffering of others. One day, there was a drought and a famine in the entire area, and everyone was hungry, no food to eat, practically nothing to eat. So, the minister of this queen came and told this queen that, my dear madam, people are dying without bread. You know what this queen told this minister? She told the minister, if they don't have bread, tell them to eat cake. She's not able to understand that if people don't have bread to eat, from where they will eat cake? But because she is enjoying, she is eating cake nicely, she is not able to connect to the suffering of others. So as long as we think about ourselves, and as long as when we are focused on mine, I and mine, aham mameti. My aim in life is I have to be happy and all that is mine should be with me. For such a person, compassion is not possible. Duryodhan was such a selfish guy. He is ready to sacrifice the lives of so many people only for his enjoyment. But here, Arjuna, even though the kingdom is his rightful claim, Arjuna is telling Krishna, we will see that Arjuna tells Krishna that I don't want to fight because my heart is filled with compassion. I don't want to harm others. If they want to enjoy, let them enjoy. I don't mind living a life of begging, but I don't want to unnecessarily harm and kill others. So we will continue from text 28 the next time. So from this point on, Gita actually gets more interesting. So we will see that Arjuna is giving one reason after another why he actually doesn't want to fight. Thank you. Anyone has any questions?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Your explanation and presentation is very effective and it gives a clear picture about life. You are absolutely right that myself and with all the surrounding relative relations, that's how we are living now. And that's how we affecting our daily life, like when we move on devotional service.
Yeah. Yeah. Does eating vegetables means killing plants? Yeah, actually, in one sense, no, because uh, vegetables is like you remove a vegetable, the vegetable grows again, the plant grows again, gives more vegetables. So in that sense, it's not killing. But in some sense, if you're not exactly eating vegetable, if you have to do rice harvesting, it may happen that there is some amount of harm that is done. So the scriptures explained, Jivo Jivasya Jivanam. Ultimately, for us to live, we need to survive on someone else. But the understanding is we need to do the least violence. The least violence. So, removing a life of a plant and killing a life of an animal can't be compared. There's no comparison. It's like way different, right? So that's why the scriptures recommend that anyway, if you have to survive, some amount of violence is done. At least keep that violence to the bare minimum. That's the purpose of human life. That's why whether it's the Bible or the Gita, they always recommend a vegetarian diet, which even if there is violence, the violence is the least that is possible. That's what the scriptures recommend. Is it fine, Mataji? Sharmila Mataji? Yeah. Mhm. Actually, tomorrow evening, I'm doing like a webinar with some group on vegetarianism. They want me to speak something on vegetarianism. Yeah, it's a very important topic actually. Any other question? Anything else? Yeah, you can join. Yeah, definitely. I'll send you all the link to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll send you all the link for that webinar. Any other question? Okay. Before we end, this month is the month of the Gita Marathon, because in this month, Mokshada Ekadashi, which on this year it falls on 25th December, happens to be the day where actually Krishna speaks the Gita to Arjuna. And all of you all have been connected to these programs. I'm sure that all of you all are benefiting from the wisdom of Gita. So I think it is our duty that we try our best in whatever way to share this wisdom of Gita to others. So ISKCON for the last 50 plus years, for this month of December, we try to distribute maximum Gitas around the world, lakhs and lakhs of Gitas. So we have been doing this in Goa also for many years. So in whatever way y'all can, please participate in this marathon. You know, I know now this is COVID period, you might not be meeting many people, but at least there are few things that you can do. One is on a practical front, I think that everyone can at least try to distribute 5 Gitas, 4 or 5 Gitas, which is not a big deal. In this period of entire month, you'll find at least 4 or 5 people who will definitely take the Gita from you. So if everyone does five Gitas, we are already 24, 25 people in this group. We have achieved quite a figure. And if you all are inspired, you all can do actually more also. We have this Gita dance scheme also. If you all want to sponsor Gitas, most welcome. But most importantly, please try to spread this word across. And on a practical front, what you all can do is, I think in the groups, they might have forwarded the Gita Dan poster and the marathon poster. You all can post it in your social media sites and in your status and other things. So at least there is awareness of Gita more and more. And we don't know through which post of yours people can get inspired to buy a Gita. So Krishna tells in the Gita that anyone who actually gives this message of Gita to others becomes very dear to him. So I think this is something practical that we all can do. We all can sincerely try at least our best. Whether results come or not, it's up to Krishna. But at least our effort should be there. So all of you all, please do try. And if you all have any ideas or anything that would like to share, any ways in which we can distribute Gitas more, we are most welcome. We can discuss and we can take it ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
What I'm doing every year is, during this time, I will buy 50 copies and keep it in my house. And whatever the function I go, or if I have a function at home, or if somebody is inviting me for a birthday or a wedding or something like that, my present will be only Bhagavad Gita as it is.
Perfect.
That way, every year, even some friends, when we go to meet for some occasion and all that. But during this season, I will buy 50 and keep, and may not be able to finish it immediately.
Perfect.
By the next year, I will finish it off.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You said, what are the ideas? No, this is what I've been doing from past 10 years.
Oh, great. So you have done 500 Gitas till now. Great. Wow, it's an amazing idea.
Actually, both my daughters in the wedding and all that, we gave a return gift only this Gita, no? So everybody liked it a lot.
Correct.
They liked it a lot. Sometimes people don't buy. In the same way, I buy Krishna book also.
Correct.
Many people say we have Gita. They might have some publishing of one or the other, no?
Correct.
So this Prabhupada's Krishna book, not many would have had. So
exactly.
I give that also.
Yeah, just on 8th December, there is someone whom I know, her daughter's birthday is there. So I've been telling them also, please give Gita as a return gift. So they are going to take around 200 copies from me and give as a return gift. So it's a great idea. So just see, Mataji, it's not that only brahmacharis have to do this seva. Anyone can do it. Ladies can do it. In fact, in our Bombay Chowpatty temple, one of the leading book distributors has been a Mataji only, a lady only. So everything is possible. Only thing is desire. If you sincerely have desire, Krishna will show you the way. So as Mataji gave a brilliant idea, you all can pick up 50 Gitas, if not 50, 5 Gitas, 10 Gitas. And in this month, throughout the year, you all can keep distributing them also. Whatever is your capacity. So do it, and believe me, it is an addiction. Once you start giving Gita to others as a gift or you start selling it, you'll really love that entire experience and you'll want to do it more. See, Mataji has been doing this for the last 10 years consistently. Great. Thank you, Mataji. So hope to hear from all of you all in what ways you all are going to participate in this Gita Marathon. Okay.
Prabhuji, in Bangalore, what we used to do, not this year, of course, because it is COVID time, there are a lot of apartments, These apartments will have a lot of small functions and all that.
Correct.
So we will go there and take a small table and put a table there and used to push it. And even temples, some temples outside the temple, you stand there and try to, but it's all a little bit tedious. But in the apartment, sometimes it works,
Great. Very inspiring, Mataji. I wish you could come to Goa and do something here.
When I come to Goa, I'll definitely come and see your temple.
Yeah. So from where to collect Bhagavad Gita, you all can contact me. I can arrange. Not an issue. Okay. Thank you very much. So we will meet next week. Hare Krishna.